Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair on your chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Here's Johnny.
Pass the butter, please, Vicky. Vicky, the butter. Thank you. Hey, what's going on?
It's a crown, love. I switched from butter to imperial margarine.
You mean this is margarine?
Not just any margarine, imperial margarine. Once you taste it, you'll agree.
Sure tastes like butter.
Hey, how come you don't have a two-shot of me and Gonzo here?
You never asked for one.
Okay, let's, because, like Vianon said, he's good-looking but dumb, but, the good-looking brings in the ratings.
Oh.
Do you really? We have Ross Terrio here, who claims he doesn't dye his hair.
I don't, not yet.
Yeah,
I will, though, when I have to. I do have a little skunk streak, like a little white streak.
Well, it's all coming up here.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is when all of a sudden, your like the hair on your arm starts going gray.
This thing reeks of alcohol.
That's because I was
Like
spraying.
cheap alcohol, like Mad Dog, you know what I mean?
Boons.
Who was on the? It was a
Natty Daddy.
You know what I mean? Because I spent
Mine's
some money
fine.
on my one.
Yeah, this is the cheapo stuff.
He does.
It's just like it's. You could put this as like a car freshener to make your car smell like alcohol. You'd get pulled over by the police. And
That's
be
a
like,
great
have you been
idea,
drinking?
actually.
Have you been drinking?
Yeah, alcohol, air freshener.
Is this part of your this is Ross Terrio, the alderman from Ward
Yes,
7. Sir. We invited him on, then we were going to bushwhack him with his
that's
opponent.
Right.
But
Try to bushwhack me.
she did not take the bait.
You
Probably
can't-
never
Good
even
for
heard
her.
of it.
She's a nice lady.
You can't afford to lose any votes in this
No,
race.
I can't.
It's a tight one.
That's a tight one.
Well, that's what we're going to ask you about.
Yeah. So my secret sources tell me you're going to try to torpedo my candidacy. Is that
The
true?
secret sources being myself and Gonzo a minute before. We're going to try, but I don't know how
Right.
good we're going to do. You said, do you think that Joyce Craig's only going to get 52% of the vote?
Victoria Sullivan's going to get 52%.
You must be out of your effing
It's going to be close, but
Are you out of your? Are you crazy?
you don't think Victoria Sullivan's going to win?
How could Victoria Sullivan win?
All right. I'll tell you why. I talked to. Oh wait, I did some polling, and let you in.
You
on this
did
poll.
some
Yes,
polling?
I talked to my wife, who's a Democrat, and my neighbor, who are Democrats,
There you go.
and they're very upset with the direction of the city, and they're not voting for Joyce this time. They're not going to vote for Republicans, but they're not going to vote for Joyce. A lot of unhappy Democrats in the city of Manchester.
Well, is Victoria Sullivan a Republican?
I believe so, yes.
Why is she surrounded by people like Tammy Simmons, friend of the Free Stater, and Carla Garricky, a Free Stater, born in South Africa, won a lottery to come to the United States.
Diversity.
And she shows how much she loves the United States by wanting to make New Hampshire an independent country. I mean, what candidate would
Victoria
surround
has a
herself with these
huge
people?
entourage of people.
Okay, we'll ask you something. I believe that you going out and campaign, knocking on door to door with her is going to cost you.
Ooh, you did that?
I did?
I wouldn't do that. She's much more. There's a real backlash against her.
What kind of
I don't
reception
think
did you get at the
Actually,
doors?
good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I feel bad for Victoria because the Democrats have painted her a certain way, maybe as an extremist. But when you talk to her in person, she's personable and nice. And
Well, we thought that until recently.
Well, I never met her, but I think she's keen on the eyes.
Well, we're using the royal we, because she wants to be, I think, queen of an independent New Hampshire.
But I'll give this to Ray Buckley and the New Hampshire Democrats. They are good at controlling the message and saying, this person's bad, they're an extremist, et
and
cetera,
Rich Girard has nothing to do with it. Why don't we go with F, Stinky and Vicky too?
Who's that?
Oh, Victoria Sullivan is someone who has no functional understanding of city government.
Right.
Rich Girard has claimed.
All right.
No, Rich Girard claims she has no functional understanding of city government. He also has claimed that she has made. I don't know what you would. I'm not experienced. I'm not putting down Joe Levesque, but Joe Levesque knows everything about campaign finance law. I used to ask him questions and stuff. It's easy to make it up. But he, 2 weeks ago on his show, said tens of thousands of dollars of expenditures she neither revealed on the 10 days before the primary or 10 days after. And those are significant charges.
Yeah.
Girard, you used to sit on the board of school committee
Several
with
years.
Girard.
2
And
terms.
Girard, they say there's a subterranean writing campaign for him.
That's not going to happen.
You think
So-
people aren't going to write in Rich
So
Girard?
remember that when I was a kid in grade school, we learned about Aesop's fables. Do you remember Aesop's fables?
Yes, I know that.
And I could be mixing up my fables,
know
but do you remember the fox and the sour grapes?
The
fox and the sour grapes?
the prosecutors of the Communist Party accused the communists of Aesopian language. Do you remember that? Dennis versus United States.
I do not
He went
remember
to law
that.
school.
I
See
did.
what you did?
But for
I was just BITCHing about that, folks. So I
the
brought it up.
boring patent law. It's actually, strangely enough, I was just talking
Actually,
to
it could be interesting.
Matt Upton, the city attorney, the other night. He also went to school. He initially went to school for patent law and then changed his mind.
But
And the
yeah,
rest is
a lot of
history.
people. That happens to a lot of people. All right, Aesop's fable.
Fox and the sour grapes.
This is characterizing you, Rich Girard and Victoria Sullivan.
Is if Rich had won the primary, I would have supported him. He didn't. I think it's sour grapes.
I know you would have.
Would you knock doors with him?
Yeah.
Do you believe him?
Oh yeah. I don't think Ross is. I think Ross means what he says. He's
I'm
one
not-
of the few people that.
I'm not very
isn't,
politically savvy though. Sometimes I do things and shoot myself in the foot. And
Like run against. Well, you didn't know George was going to be running for state senate.
no, but you know what?
I'm sorry.
My hope that he beat me. That was good.
That was a shock. I don't know how that happened. Must have been Donna Susie
I think
spreading
it's
some of that money around.
It's Donna Susie's a juggernaut. I mean but my only hope is so they're redistricting this year, and hopefully the district changes and I have a better shot next year.
Most people think there's only going to be a room for 2 Democrats.
Correct.
But Rich Girard on his show said that he was offered support to run against Kevin Kavanaugh, because that is his district, if he would support Victoria Sullivan. I'll say this about what helps Victoria Sullivan. Girard gave this story to our friend Andy Sylvia of Manchester Inkling, and they don't publish it. In fact, they don't really publish anything. Not just Manchester Inkling, but
Inkling
MUR.
publishes a lot of stuff.
Not that much. Not for what a news junkie would need. I would think that was a significant story. Although last week we turned it against Rich Girard. I'm using the royal we now. We don't want Gonzo getting sued.
Yeah,
I have professional.
You do involve me a
indemnity.
lot, but that's
Do you have liability insurance?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm a writer. Yeah, I've been sued by Republican politicians before.
What about Democrats?
No, they've never given me any trouble.
Are you a writer with a capital W or a lowercase w?
W.
Would you
Just
rather
W.
Would you rather win your district in alderman, or would you rather Victoria Sullivan win mayor if you had the choice?
That's a tough question, but here's the thing.
Answer the question.
I'm going to answer the question. The city needs a change, and as my mom always used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I'll say this about Mayor Craig. She's a good person. She's intelligent. She's been an excellent wife. She's been married for like 30-something years to her husband. I met her husband. He's a nice guy. She's raised wonderful children. They're intelligent. She's done a good job as a mother. She did a good job as a school board member. She did a good job as an alderman. She tried her best as mayor, but I just don't think she has the skill set now.
Which is what?
It's been 40. Hold on.
Which is what Rich Girard says about Victoria Sullivan, who has no experience in municipal government.
Well, Mayor Craig does have experience, but she's been in office for 4 years, and in the city, she hasn't turned the ship of state around.
We just had yet another poll that rates Manchester and Nashua. I think it was Business Week as one of the top places to live.
Who
Why
did they poll? Ray Buckley? So
no, but so you're
hold on. Let me just finish
let
my
him
thought.
answer,
Let me
yeah.
finish my thought.
We have but remember what I told you. When in doubt, talk gibberish.
Yeah. So Joyce is a good person. She got a lot of good attributes. She tried her best. She cares about Manchester, but in 4 years, she's had 4 years to turn things around. She hasn't turned things around. I think Victoria has enough of a background to, I'd like to give her a chance. I'd like to give her a chance to be the mayor. But here's the thing about elections.
In playing
2 years, give her
education.
2 years. Give her 2 years, and if she doesn't do the job, then fire her and get somebody else.
You know how I feel about Rich Gerard, but I've never denied that this guy knows things.
Fist
and knows
fight. You and Rich, mano a mano, who would win?
Depends.
But getting back to your question, I would
Rich would
prefer
win.
that Victoria win than I win.
I
I would be very.
I don't believe
disappointed.
you.
Joe Kelly Lavasser on his show last week called Mayor Craig the worst mayor in 100 years.
He's a
would you-
psycho.
I don't know every
in my
mayor in the last
opinion.
100 years. She's not. She hasn't been great.
See, it depends on what side you're on, I suppose.
Well,
because-
Nobody would take Nobody
um,
would take Lavasser's opinion. This is a person that has no experience. Let's
That's
get
not
back.
true.
Yes, it's true.
That's
Rich
not true.
Gerard, what in that clown college up in Concord?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I went to that college and it was pretty
where
good.
they needed a couple of real extreme right wingers, so they name her as
She's
an
not that
assistant to the
extreme.
speaker.
She's been painted
She
that way,
isn't?
but-
Why is she with Carla Garricky then? Carla Garricky was arrested videotaping a confrontation with a policeman with one of the armed Free Staters
Well, that's
back
silly.
in 2010.
That's not a good idea.
That's one of the things she does.
I-
So who is going to be her advisors?
I'd be one of
Victoria
them
Sullivan.
if she got elected.
No, you'd be an alderman.
Yeah.
Who's going to be it?
That's
Free
important,
Staters? Victoria Sullivan does not believe that police scanners should be encrypted. There's a real smart.
But they weren't encrypted for forever and ever, decades and decades. Now, personally, I think they should be encrypted.
Of course they should.
But
that's a Free
but they
Stater.
weren't encrypted for decades and they've only been encrypted for a few years now.
Right, and there's a lot of things security-wise that don't exist anymore.
That's probably why they're encrypted now. 'Cause it
So
has
they don't
to
want people
change.
listening to the scanner and then
course.
saying, "Hey, let's
Police
Get out of
were-
here.
Police were once
Let's
limited.
skedaddle.
Yeah, beat feet.
You were in Massachusetts.
let's
at
go
the
over
early
let's go over to
70s.
Hopwood's house. There's a lot of crimes going on over there."
Oh, I've had cops show up in a fictional arrest there twice.
Now,
during the time when I was
if they
being
weren't
controversial.
encrypted, you could have known and beat feet out the back of the house.
I know that criminals use police scanners to know where the cops are. I
A
mean,
lot
it's
of people,
ridiculous.
but devil's advocate, a lot of people in Manchester like to know what's going on. And instead of going on Facebook in Manchester and saying, "Hey, what happened? I heard a gunshot," or "Why is that helicopter flying over my house?" A lot of people want to know what's going on. They could listen to the scanner like they used to.
And Victoria Sullivan during the BLM march that Joe Lavasser was criticized for whipping up sentiment about. And she posed with people that were oath keeper like militiamen that told the union leader they would use violence. They were armed with ammo is in there, and you are an ex-Marine. You know how dangerous a weapon is, particularly a loaded weapon.
Thank you for your service.
When I was when a lane.
I was only in the reserves, though. You were active duty.
When I was on a
reserves.
lane,
Thank you, too.
supervising a firing lane, I always thought because of cook-offs on M16, I'd get shot in the back or I wasn't. I was
got shot in the back?
popular. No, but you worry about that. The thing is,
It's called bragging.
Here is.
There's Hopwood.
It's just guns go off. You know,
gotta
I've been
go.
around them for a long
He's
time.
gotta go.
The thing is, what responsible person would be posing and taking pictures with militiamen? So I have to ask myself, with all the stuff that Free Staters say, and they go from the extreme to just normal, regular people. What is she for? Vigilantism? Is that the way? You know, we don't have encrypted communications. We're going to cut taxes. We're going to cut back on the police
Here's
and
the
law
deal.
enforcement.
No, I don't think
Free Staters
she
are
wants
for
to
that.
that. She's not a
Where's
Free
she going to get
Stater,
the
though.
money? Where's
She
gonna get the
needs money, so she's
Where's she gonna get the money?
siding up
Money for what?
to run.
For law enforcement.
Oh, I have no idea. Did she?
Is she going to float it out of heaven?
But here's the thing. It's fun.
But she
I
is a
just-
person
wait.
that posed with vigilantes.
Let's deal with an issue at a time.
And she has
The
two of her
Republicans
advisors
are for fully
Tammy
funding the
Simmons,
police, and the
friend of the Free
Democrats for
Stater, and
defunding the
Garricky.
police. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
All right, guys, let's take.
Without Joyce Craig
Back
and
to
the
your
Craig
corners.
budget of 2015, Craig Long budget, we'd be in much worse condition now. Remember when Ted Gatz went to $900,000
let's talk about crime
City Hall.
statistics. So the Craig administration has said that violent crime is down, but that is misleading and taken out of context.
He's carrying water for Victoria Sullivan.
I like Victoria.
I think okay.
Wait, don't you want to delve into that issue?
I already know what you're going to say, but I'll let him say.
What
it
am I going to say?
anyways.
Tell me, like the psychic.
No,
that
no,
you
I'd
are.
like to hear. You said that violent crime is down, but it's misleading,
This
right?
is why you
Yes.
have somebody
Yes.
here to.
I'm wearing this
pick up on
shirt.
So, violent
Right.
crime, you think,
it.
rape,
We can edit it.
murder, robbery, aggravated assault. So what they did is, I looked at the raw statistics. The robberies are down, aggravated assaults are slightly down, but murder is actually higher. I think last year of Gatz's administration, there were 2 murders. The next year that Mayor Craig took over, I believe there was 4 murders, and then there
she's
was 6
responsible.
murders.
Yeah, there's no.
No, but
That's
what
not
she's
that
doing
many.
is she's put
She's
all violent
doing-
crimes into a pot. In all violent crimes, the numbers are down.
Well,
But
what's
when you look at
happening
individual
thank God.
cases,
What's
and
happening over
violent
the
crime is
United
up.
States and New Hampshire and other cities are up.
It's going up. Then don't say that. Don't be misleading and say
Saying what's
some
misleading?
category-
If Joyce Craig didn't give Chief Mara had been after Gatzis to get a full complement that he was entitled to of patrolmen, he was down 30 plus without the Craig Long budget, which was on Hacks cap override 3.99%.
Did you say a hacks cap?
Which Ted Gatzis took all of this is I'll support it as long as it doesn't go over 4. That's politics, right? We know what goes behind. We used to know what goes
Yeah.
behind those doors. If they were able to get another 30 plus officers on the street. If it wasn't for her, that wouldn't have happened.
You don't think any other mayor could have got more police officers?
Gatzis wouldn't have done it. Gatzis wouldn't do it.
We don't know that. He
Yes,
lost
we
the
do.
election.
Gatzis was mayor for how long? 8 years? Yeah, and there wasn't a spice epidemic, 2015? Come on.
He would know.
Yeah.
Why, you didn't do spice.
You know,
What are you
seems like
talking
you're on it right now.
Oh,
I
you
thought
know
you were
what?
talking about Spice Girls.
Yeah. No.
You're really dating yourself now.
Over-the-counter synthetic drugs, I think that is.
You're just telling me, here we got a candidate that she's got these extreme people around her. Carla Garricky.
She plays off. Okay, maybe she's extreme, but she does play the ho hum a little bit. She's actually taken a sideline since the whole primary. So you don't see her out there much. But I think that you're exaggerating. You're also
Not
exaggerating.
exaggerating. What am I exaggerating about?
Well, extreme. The word extreme is extreme.
So you think
Hopwood,
that
you can't handle this.
So you think that people that want to take the New Hampshire out of this country, that's not extreme?
So I think most
That's
people
not extreme,
aren't
right?
aware of that. I think that's, if anything, a dirty little secret that no one's aware
So
of.
it's secret?
Yeah.
So you're saying guilt by association.
There's something to that.
She's right there. I was there at the recon. There was Tammy. Tammy's her person. We know what Tammy. She was a friend of the Free Stater. We had her. They tried to take over Ward 10, the Free Staters. Now they're after Ward 11.
I associate.
They ain't getting Ward 13 though.
They might.
they can
they
have
might
it at a
take
good
I
price.
associate with a lot of some liberals and progressives. It doesn't mean I've adopted their political positions.
Come on. What political position does this woman have?
Which one?
Victoria Sullivan.
No, what I'm saying is just because Victoria associates with Carla doesn't mean that she's adopted all of Carla's political positions.
Why would she be with this person then?
Friends, allies, I don't know.
Right.
Money.
And Tammy Simmons.
Money. You get a run. And Joyce has a
Carla
lot of
Gary.
money.
Do you think
and
the
it's-
Free Staters can get her money?
Of course they do. Same.
Well, I know the rumors from the Girard camp. Yeah, that there was a congressional candidate that is very friendly with the Free Staters and free with money.
And who's that congressional candidate?
I'll tell you after the show.
Why don't you just tell me now?
Because I'm not going to.
Why not?
Because I do have an insurance policy, but I'm not stupid.
You could couch it in language that I've heard this. I don't know if it's
I've
true.
heard this.
I personally doubt it. And this
I
is
don't
a
Oh,
person.
like Fox News.
I don't know, but I wouldn't doubt that.
Some say.
Could you tell
The
me what
Free
this candidate's
Stater-
name rhymes with?
Free Staters have taken over the city GOP. It's so obvious.
No. At one time, there were a lot of Free Staters and Libertarians. It's now moved away. Infantine is a very moderate Republican. He's not.
Will Infantine's a moderate Republican.
Yes.
Will Infantine.
Yes.
Seems like a waste of time, the Free Stater thing. It's not really going to separate.
Are you kidding? They got all sorts of power
No,
because
they
of this
got thousands.
crazy.
No, they got a
how
lot
you
of people to move here, but I don't see anything happening.
Come on, they're very prominent Free Staters.
But look what happened to the Free State movement in Keene. They've been decimated
that was-
by legal issues.
Well, that was because they were laundering money with Bitcoin, and Ian Freeman has many troubles. But yeah, I think that, in my opinion, Victoria Sullivan is an extremist.
I don't think so.
I do. I don't see anything that would contradict that. I think you have Free Staters and friends of Free Staters around you because that's your philosophy. She's a politician. She's a mayor. It's not like me and you just. Well, you would be. You would actually be a good candidate for mayor.
Yeah, but see, here's
People
the problem.
like
I'm too
you are more
moderate.
of a
I'm middle of the road.
Right, you're a bipolar.
Like
you're a real Republican.
Like my famous Bible quote: "Since you're neither hot nor cold, but lukewarm, I'm going to spit you out of my mouth." That's me. And people in the Democratic Party and the Republican Party don't want moderates. They want extremists.
Your
I don't really
party
think that.
does.
Oh yeah, so Joyce.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, the
really
Democrats
think
don't
that.
like moderate, wishy-washy
It's
moderates
working
either.
for Goonan, though. Goonan's reaching across. He's getting all kinds of votes.
Goonan
from
is
both
pretty
sides.
moderate, but that's I can't raise money. I don't just get, and Republicans criticize me,
He's a
Democrats criticize
firefighter,
me.
too.
Yeah, Goonan I think is gonna win. Let's handicap this race.
No, I've got a question from one of the viewers.
Sure.
This is a standard question, so I think it's very, very fair.
Sounds
and
good.
you're in your 50s.
Yes,
You've been
sir.
in politics a long time, so I'm sure you know how to take a question like
Yeah,
this.
I'm learning as I go.
How long has it been since you stopped beating your wife at Texas Hold'em? I would think you were more like a 5-card stud.
I don't really play card games. I'm just so busy.
Such a jerk.
I don't watch much TV.
I have a question, too.
Actually, my wife's a hot-headed Latina, and she probably beats me.
There you go.
Ma, I got a question from
Well,
a
is that
viewer as
wonderful?
well. It
Sure.
says, how long... Wait, do you expect us to really think you don't dye your hair?
I don't.
Well, I believe him.
But I
about
would.
that.
If my hair, seriously, I have a little skunky white thing right there that I comb back, but when it goes gray, I'm going to dye it.
I
will.
dye my hair gray,
All right, that's the
and it
style.
works. Yeah.
That's
It's black
the
underneath.
sophisticated, mature.
Hopwood does.
Oh, wait. I was just thinking about you right before I got here. I thought
Aw.
you were moving to Texas with the lady friend.
No.
Lady
That's
friend.
that's
A lady friend is your wife
Yeah, yeah,
watching?
Yeah, that's Friday nights. The lady
No,
friend's
but
Friday nights.
because last time I was here, Norm said you were moving to Texas, and you said you actually
Well,
were.
that
moving.
was his prediction.
But
So
weren't you considering moving to Texas? What happened?
it's still up in the air.
It's a career move.
We're
for
having
his
a
wife.
baby in January, and
Yeah.
we're focusing on that right now.
But if you went to Texas, you could play Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
Well, here's another person
all
wants to
right.
know, how long have you been cheating on your wife at Texas Hold'em?
I don't play cards, really.
And that's probably why you've been,
have
right?
you ever cheated at any game against your wife?
Have you ever beaten your children?
At-
Like at Monopoly,
When they were young,
Scrabble?
I was going to say, I used to spank them in the
Looking
behind
for-
when they were younger. If they
Looking
missed
for
a hit.
scandal here.
We're keeping it to games,
all right.
lighthearted. Because that's what
I never
Victoria...
really played card games when I was a kid with other kids, but now I haven't played a game in 25
You know why
30
you're
years.
going to win this election?
What?
A tight election. You're going to win because you're going out and doing stuff like this, and your
Working
opponent thinks she has it in the bag, and she's not out there. She's not canvassing. The same reason Dan O'Neill's going to lose.
She's
is
not
the same
canvassing?
reason
No.
that Heath is going to lose because she's not out there.
You
She's
never
not
know.
putting her. You know,
I know this might have
She's
hurt
roy-
me.
This guy's knocking on
she's
doors
royalty.
with knocking on doors with the
Because you know
queen
what?
bee.
They see me on the show with Hopwood, and they say, "Oh, he has bad judgment. I'm not voting for him."
Or this guy has
For
guts.
Hopwood? No, they
if
never
I'm-
did vote
no,
for
if,
me.
if I'm on your show, they'll see me on the show, and they'll say, "This guy has bad judgment going on the Hopwood show. I'm not going to vote for him."
And that's like
Oh,
20
I think
people
that would be a
watching.
big plus.
And you need all those 20.
Yep.
There's independents and Democrats. That's why you're not appealing to independent and Democratic votes when you're
Why?
taking Victoria Sullivan out there.
I'm going to everybody's house. I
And
talk
you
to
see,
everybody.
Billy Shea endorsed a Democrat.
But you
right?
know what's strangely enough? In the last election cycle, he endorsed Ted Katz's.
Who did?
Bill Shea.
I thought that the last electoral cycle was Joyce Craig beat by 57 to 43% Victoria Sullivan.
No, when Gatzis and Craig ran against each other, Bill Shea endorsed Gatzis.
Yeah, because he was basically a very conservative person.
Democrat.
Just a Democrat because he was an old Irishman.
In order
He's
for
116 years old. You've watched
I think
the
he's going
show
to be
before.
91 this year.
in order
More
for
power to him.
You're shaving about 20 years off a generation.
in order for
He was
Victoria
a doughboy in
Sullivan
World War One.
to turn this gap, which I think is about a 57 to 43 gap.
Oh, I don't think
around,
it's that big.
She needs her dogs to come on these stuff and change the
Doesn't have
narrative.
dogs.
I think
Come
that's
on this
what,
show?
I think what she needs is what's happening. She has her people coming on and changing the narrative, and if people think it's tighter than it is, maybe they'll come out and say, "All right, well, I'll vote." Maybe they're like, if it's a schmuck fest, like, what are they gonna get killed anyway? Why bother?
So
They
you're
will come out.
s-
So
yeah,
I think,
yeah.
like, with you saying she's gonna win 52, just an outrageous statement.
An outrageous
Okay,
statement.
I'm sorry, I
outrageous.
take that
would
back.
get
cannot-
people off their butt.
It's how much she's gonna
50.5 to 49.5.
No, I don't think.
Outrageous.
I don't think there's enough
but here's
fools
the-
in
She gets
Manchester.
40, I'd be shocked.
So what you're saying?
No.
So what you're saying is that Ross Terrio is Victoria Sullivan's poodle.
One of them.
No.
Poodle.
Absolutely.
I'm
poodle.
a very independent, moderate-minded person.
You're here. You're here instead of talking about
with
your
Mr.
own
Hopwood.
race and
How did
talking
that
about
happen?
baseball.
Do you knock on her door, or do you call her and say, "Hey"?
Have you knocked
or
on
she
her
call
door?
you and ask you to knock with her?
No, she I believe she messaged me and she said, "I'm going to be in Ward 7. Let's do some door knocking."
Yeah.
Well, you certainly have the Marine sense of self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
I think that's doomed you.
Infantry.
I think he's gonna win. I think he'll win by 45 votes. That's
I don't know. That's royalty. She's using her middle names.
Yeah,
She's
that was
using the name
different. In
Sullivan.
years past, it was just Mary Heath.
Now
But
it's
now
Mary-
Mary Sullivan Heath.
That's
Oh.
right.
But you know what I thought?
Two Irish names.
She's trying to ride the coattails of Victoria Sullivan.
She's not trying. Victoria Sullivan. What's Victoria Sullivan's real
aren't
name?
you?
Yeah, aren't you? hey.
It's actually Victoria's maid. I forget it. It was a Polish
Isn't she
name.
Polish?
Yeah.
So why isn't she running under that name?
Because she's married.
Well,
Oh,
that's a
you-
good. That's a good. That's a good
Joyce
reason.
Craig's
And I
maiden
don't get a
name. That's the
chance.
same. What was Joyce's
She
name?
her
Yeah,
was
good
Hopkins.
point, good
She used to
point.
be called Hoppy until she married
Really?
Mike. Oh yeah, we had the same nickname.
Wow.
She had the same
So
forehead.
So she got
She's
married to
saying-
change it.
having the same nickname as you is not politically expedient, and so she got married.
I wasn't around then.
All right.
But
He's the
yeah, that was
Glass
a,
Joe
that
of
was a good.
Although I have
that
to
was
say,
a good point you made.
I met Joyce's husband, Mike Craig. Very nice guy, very personable.
I just don't believe women should change their names when they get married, and I think the kids should have
Really?
the wife's name. But that's a whole
not
different.
going
I think
there.
it matters.
I believe in matriarchy.
But if you have a real famous last name, then the woman probably shouldn't change her name.
hey, Norm, you got to keep it down.
Every week.
We got Ross in here.
You'd think he'd see that.
We're holding him
coming. It's like-
hostage.
I'm going to do Norm's show afterwards.
Honorable Ross,
Hey, Norm.
he's coming on my show now.
Oh, hey,
And you're on my show now.
Norm, and
Come in and help him
Norman
bail him
Braun,
out.
You'll be happy to hear this. Come on, have a seat. Have a seat, Norm.
It's called a plug.
Glenn.
You got to bring him a chair.
Safely came back from
He did.
Africa. He's safe and sound.
I
was
lost
worried
$50 in it.
I was worried about Glenn, but he made it safe and sound.
There's no way I thought that was gonna happen.
Why do you think he would get kidnapped or something?
I was worried. I prayed for him.
He
I'm
did.
glad that
You
he made
actually, you pray.
it. Yeah, sometimes they
He's
do.
a Republican.
Are you still a
Of course he
Catholic?
prays.
So
Come on in, Norm. Go right in
so
front of the
my
camera.
dad-
We
so
don't give a
here's the
damn.
weird thing. Have a seat, Norm.
He needs all the help he can.
Take a bow, the Honorable Ross.
Thank you, Norm.
Can you bring the microphone up? We usually.
This is
So my
another
dad was Catholic,
Victoria
my mother
Sullivan
was Protestant.
backer.
I attended both churches growing up.
By the way, I'm getting a lot, I want.
You really
I'm
don't
getting a
blow-
lot of
blow-
positive
blow both
results from
ways.
the painting.
Can't hear you without a
Well,
microphone.
I'm telling him I'm getting a lot of positive results from your painting you did for
Oh yeah, great.
How come you're all dolled up today?
We got We have the Honorable Ross coming on.
Yeah.
Do you really think he doesn't dye his hair, Norm? Or is he just...
No, we don't.
But I would.
I'm
I
a
would-
my hairdresser, so no.
Come
Oh,
on,
no,
do we have some type of
I'm gonna dye
amulet or charm that we
Only
can
he knows
learn
that,
the
though.
truth about his hair? I've got the hairs on my arms are turning gray.
So Norm, he predicted Victoria Sullivan 52%. Are you on board with that?
I'm on board with that.
Wow.
I think that they're both demented.
I think they're
That's
both.
okay. But we're probably Republicans, aren't we?
Yep.
You know, the Democrats is, but your Democrats, as you know, do not come on my show, and that's okay.
Why not? I come on.
I know. Well, you're different. You and him both, you know.
It
not
got
a
me.
politician,
It got me
no.
500 votes, and that's all the
Hey.
votes I got that time.
Inquiring minds want to know, you going to run for office again?
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah, well, not.
Uh-oh,
I'm
Norm.
going to do a prediction
I
right
want
now.
I want
He's a
Norm to run
psychic.
for office.
No, Norm, you stay out of politics. It's
I have more
awful.
fun slamming them.
It is more fun, isn't
That was
it?
the 80s.
The
We
one
have
thing
to be
is,
like we have to be nice to Ross today, although I didn't do it too good a
you are
job.
being nice to Ross, I will have a heart attack.
Yeah, they beat me up a little bit, but not bad. They're
He's
pulling their
handling it
punches.
well.
See,
He's doing well.
Ross, you know what is good about Ross? He's honest, and he tells it like it is.
He would be
Oh,
a
by
good
the way,
candidate for mayor.
I don't
You
have
would
any
be-
money, and nobody likes moderates.
You would be a very. He would be a good. He's
I
an
also
older type of
agree.
Classically
Republican.
handsome, too.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you.
He, did you bring
Are
that envelope
you
with the-
bi
Did you bring
curious
your
again?
envelope with the $500 for my pocket?
You
Yes,
have
I did.
500 bucks.
Yeah, he gave me $500 to come in.
I gave you
Oh,
$500
that
to
was,
be on this
that was that
show.
counterfeit money that they were handing around.
Make sure he gives you half of the $500 that I gave him.
I lost it all.
I also pay him to come on.
Okay.
Okay, we just Rich Gerard on his show a couple weeks ago said that the only reason that the Honorable Ray Wazork, the Wiz, endorsed Victoria Sullivan was because they had a feud 23 years ago, and from everything I know about, then he proceeded to lie about what really happened.
My understanding there is some bad blood between
Okay,
Rich
we're gonna
and Mayor
let's ask
Wazork.
why Ray Wazork really endorsed Victoria Sullivan. Can we see the video, D?
Clothes you
Oh,
wear,
yeah, told you.
her sexy ways. Make a old man wish for younger days, yeah, yeah.
She's hot.
There she is.
I love that.
I love her. She's hot. Yeah, she's hot.
Is that the reason why the Wiz endorsed her? Because of she's a brick house.
She's got that
No,
look.
my
Is that the
understanding
way
is
why you're here carrying water for her?
I'm just telling it like it is. You can't handle
If
the
this-
truth. Remember a
If
few
this
good men.
was
You
silent
can't handle the
movie
truth,
with
Hopwood.
Mel Brooks' silent movie, all of a sudden the table would be rising, and
So-
we'd have to ask you whether it was a ghost or something else.
Yeah, I'll make the microphone
well,
rise.
My understanding is Rich Gerard and Mayor Wazork have bad blood and do not like each other anymore.
Yeah, because the Wiz had, was away, and he comes in, and Gerard's sitting in his seat and acting like he's mayor, and everybody wanted his scalp anyways. But Gerard knows government. It's just, he's obnoxious and
Kind of
nobody
like Bo
likes him.
knows sports.
What?
Remember the old commercial, Bo knows sports?
Yeah.
No, I don't watch television.
Oh.
Did you order a code red on Santiago?
You can't handle the truth. Good one,
drive me
Gonzo.
crazy.
The truth is that we need to stop the crime in this city.
Yeah.
We need to find help for the homeless people.
Major crimes are down.
No, they're not.
Not murder.
Not
No,
murder
they're not.
by 2.
So assaults are down, which is good.
Perfect.
But I would rather be assaulted than murdered, personally.
What is Victoria Sullivan going to do to stop
By what?
murders?
By whom?
Haven't talked
How's,
to her about
how's
it.
Vicky going to stop murder?
She's going to,
Crimes
I
of
don't
passion are going to happen.
One of the things that she's going to do, I believe that she's going to do, she's going to bring and implement a plan, and the aldermen that are Democrats are going to fight it all the way.
what plan?
How to solve a lot of the money problems that we
How's she
have
gonna do
out of
that?
School. One of the things that I'm looking with her, she is going to look deeper into the education and to find out how can we improve our education.
She has no experience of that other than
In education,
She
she
was
has a lot of
given a
experience
job
in
by
education.
she was given a job by Edelblut to
Yeah.
do the thing about play and kindergarten and stuff. She's never been on the board
She's
of
working
school
on
committee.
UNH.
She doesn't even have any children in the public schools.
She has what, 3 children? 2
I
children?
had the right to know to find out she had that job because she claims she's just a housewife and doesn't work.
I'm a
But
housewife.
She does have a job at
Whatever.
UNH.
Yeah, house
But,
husband.
but our take.
Well, I'm the housewife at home.
That's right.
Your wife is the breadwinner, right?
Sure,
Oh yeah,
sure is.
but he makes 230,000, 260 a year.
Yeah.
I do. Personally.
They live in
My
a
wife's
palace,
millionaire. Oh yeah, we're very rich.
When
North
Joyce
End.
Craig-
You live at the palace?
We live in the North End. I'm actually
Oh,
Joyce's
palace.
neighbor. I know her and Mike very well.
Yeah, except she lives
I wouldn't
in.
And they like you. It's too bad because it's too bad you're talking so much trash.
This is the biggest
Talking
problem.
trash.
That's a nice guy.
You know what the biggest problem is?
I
The
praised
Democrats don't like the Republicans don't like the Democrats. Throw that out and
Yeah.
like each other.
No, my wife's a Democrat.
Yeah, they call that they tried that in the USSR.
My wife's a
Didn't
Democrat
work
and
too
she
well.
likes me.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I like your wife too, and I'm a Republican
Well,
too.
we know that the reason that you are.
Well, Norm.
Oh, hi. How are you? Do we know that the reason that we don't have any space, unfortunately?
Who is it?
Who's that,
Vicky?
Brian?
No, it was Veronet,
Oh,
wasn't
it's
it?
not Vicky.
No.
Oh.
Is Veronet going to be on your show?
No, I got Brian Coleman, right?
Yeah,
Cole?
me and Brian Cole. Brian Cole and I.
Who's Brian Cole? I've heard the
School
name.
board candidate for 7.
Oh, the one
dream
that
team.
the
You
one
know,
that
I'm going to do a quick reading on you.
the one that the
I wanna hear
116-year-old Billy Shea didn't endorse.
Let Norm read you. Really
But I
quick.
endorsed him.
Yeah, I will too. I am going to say, you say you're not running in a political
Do a reading
field.
on him.
I am right now. And I want to tell you, you are in 3 years, you're going to run for
For
alderman.
president. No, for president.
Alderman?
You're going to run against Bill Berry.
No, I'm not. I'm
No.
not, I'm not
Ooh.
even going to be living in Manchester
Yeah,
at
you
the
are.
end of the year.
I do have a lot of respect for Bill Berry,
Arcata,
even though he's on
California.
another one. I've always spoke very highly of
I
Bill
have a
Berry.
pen pal there that's going to take care of me.
But I definitely see you
desperate.
running.
Lady.
I have a real
lady
question. A real
What
question.
do you think it would be? Oh, you don't think a lady could be interested in me?
Yeah, I know there's certain women that are interested in you.
Right, she's obsessed with Tolkien, and she thinks,
J.R.R. Tolkien?
oh yeah, she thinks I'm one of the hobbits. Hobbit.
No,
I do
Goll-
have airy feet, and I am vertically challenged.
What about Gollum was a hobbit before he went bad.
You mean the Gollum with Precious?
Yeah.
Oh man, I can only watch the first movie.
So-
I think I watched the second one. The third
Those
movie
was an
is
important,
so awful.
insightful question.
What?
I have a real
About
question.
Gollum?
Stop prattling.
So we were just at.
My people prefer prattling.
So we were just at Bill
I
Berry's.
would like, you know what I think would be
Norman.
great?
It's
I
the
think
boss.
what really would be great is having a
Referee.
debate
We have
between
2 hours
Joyce
after this.
and Victoria.
It's going to happen today, 3:30 at St. Anselm's.
Was it today? I thought it was yesterday.
Was it yesterday or today?
Well, I
Because
want
Jim
to have
O'Connell, I think Jim O'Connell said it's Wednesday, and Gary Hamer told me it was
Oh,
today.
maybe it was.
Because Jim O'Connell's going to be on next week, maybe.
No,
I
it's
bet- I
actually
thought it was
rescheduled to the week after that.
I don't remember.
Is that supposed to be an Irish accent?
Not bad.
Oh, okay.
My question.
He's
My
He's not
re-
much of an actor.
My
is he?
question is. Last week we went to Bill Berry's fundraiser. It's just a regular gathering.
Which you didn't come to.
Are you doing these things? Are you getting money? Are you fundraising? How are you paying for out of pocket? Is
I'm
that
doing
what
a
you're
low
doing?
budget, low budget. I'm just going door to door. That's what I like about Manchester and New Hampshire, is you can run a low budget campaign and just go door to door, and get people to vote for you instead of doing radio ads or TV
You
ads.
still
or,
need that though, don't you? Is Heath doing that, or does she have the radio?
She's
ad?
got
I
the
don't know.
Democratic Party
She-
behind her.
I
Not
don't-
the young
She's not going door to
Democrats,
door.
though.
I know she did a mailer. I'll probably do a mailer with Brian, but it'll be low budget. We'll probably spend a few $100s each.
Out of pocket.
Yeah.
That's tough though.
I hate asking people for money. I
We
don't
like
that's my
Ross.
problem.
We think he's going to get beaten by Mary
No, I
Lee.
think Ross is gonna win, and I think your
Ross
mayor
is gonna win.
prediction is
Ross
just
is
a
gonna
joke.
win by
Your opinion
57
is dictated
votes.
by
Thank you,
me.
Norm.
Don't you forget it.
Thank you, Norm.
Well, it's influence.
No F.
I've always been right with you.
Oh, I don't swear on
You
the
know that,
radio.
John?
What?
Every time she started, I've always been right on his.
Yeah. He's
Are
predicting
you going to be
my-
running with him?
No, I'm going to be in one of the silent campaign man.
He's
Are you
my-
having a victory party that Norm's going to be at?
Of
Support,
course.
yes.
I'm going to wear my mini skirt, my high heels.
So where is your girl
Republican.
Victoria having her victory party?
I
Same
don't know.
place
I would
as always.
assume Murphy's,
No, it's
That's
over
what
on
it is.
Old Granite
Oh,
Road.
yeah.
but I'm not sure.
Ooh.
I'd like to write you a check for your
Thank
campaign.
you, Gonzo.
500, all right?
Yeah.
What did you do with the counterfeit, the stage?
No,
money?
I just had cash.
Well, that stuff wouldn't even look good that you used in that collage.
Folks, you heard that. He wanted to pay with a counterfeit check.
I don't write checks. Cash.
So,
But
should we
my-
reset with some ridiculous video?
Do you think, John, let me ask you
We should
this.
go to the baseball show now.
You know what my biggest scare is? Is that the people in Manchester, they do not care about how the city is being ran. They will continue
the people in the majority of people don't care what
Well,
happens.
and that's the sad part. And
What
I
was
am
it,
scared
Gonzo, what are you
that
doing?
if they don't
9% of
eyes-
people eligible didn't, voted. It's like 18% of registered
I
voted.
don't know yet. It'll be
This show's getting out of
Who's the
hand.
picture? Who's the face of?
I don't know
Victoria
yet.
Sullivan?
Maybe. No, Vicky's hotter than that.
Do we still have a meme with Victoria Sullivan so that he can use it to jog his memory?
Can you get me a lunch with Victoria Sullivan?
I could try, but
right.
it's probably gonna. It usually she charges money, like for.
Oh, there we
support.
go. Well, that's not.
I have money.
Oh, we haven't done the special report yet. Okay. What do you think, Norm? Are you still against Victoria Sullivan? Hasn't been. The thing is, she hasn't been. She won't say whether or not she's been vaccinated.
Why should she?
Let me ask you this:
He's running.
how much is Joyce Craig paying you?
Zero.
Nothing.
I want
I've
to see your
never
bank
taken
account.
any money.
Had to pay for his parking.
I have $40 to live on,
I love
Take
it,
care of the
Ross.
government. Okay, what do you think? We have a special report. A special report. Have you been hearing about the Southwest, the airline pilots having a sick out, that they're refusing the jab and all that? Well, we have a special report that lays bare, Norm, the problem behind jabbing pilots. Can we see the airline special report, Brendan? Is that it? Oh, yeah, here it is. I never even remember.
What was that?
35,000 feet. No, wait, 34,000 feet. No, it's dropping. It's dropping fast. Why is it doing that?
Oh, she goes down.
Oh my God, the automatic pilot, it's deflating.
Willie, don't panic. On the belt line of the automatic pilot, there is a hollow tube. Now that is the manual inflation nozzle. Pull it out and blow on it.
What the hell's going on up there?
That's right. They're allowing you to do so.
Well, there you have it, folks. The danger of jabbing autopilots.
Yeah. I have a.
So you were asking about vaccines a little while ago.
Just to set up, but this is the video is supposed to reset.
I'm fully vaccinated, got 2 vaccines, and then I work for I volunteered for the state and gave a bunch of vaccines, the COVID vaccine. So,
did you wear a mask when you were going door to door with Victoria
and
Sullivan?
I did not.
Why not? Because she wouldn't allow it.
Because I want people to see my face.
She would never
so they
allow
can see
that.
facial expressions.
Well, there was supposedly
true.
some event with her and Joyce Craig where she wouldn't say whether she's vaccinated or not. Then like twice refused to wear a mask. Then I guess she did put one on.
You talk about how she
But
wouldn't.
see, you hear about this stuff in the grapevine.
She wouldn't debate her, is what you're saying.
No, they debated.
They're
They
going to
debated.
debate. They're doing it. It's 2 debates.
Who won?
It's tonight. Then there's going to be a Chamber of Commerce debate.
I wear my referee shirt.
Well, I looked at this year on Facebook with G. Shaheen and all them. They've all been fully vaccinated now. And if they're really fully vaccinated, why are they wearing a mask?
I never understood that either, and I'm a vax guy.
Because I know 4 people that in the last month
Actually,
fully vaccinated Pfizer and got got COVID.
I got
of course,
it.
it's not as severe.
Unfortunately,
afterwards.
former Secretary of State Colin Powell was fully vaccinated, but
Right, but he had cancer. But it
the
was
vaccine
the
is not
it's
100%
what
effective.
and it's what pushes you over.
But
It just ameliorates the effect, and you don't get long.
I support vaccination. I'm fully vaccinated against COVID.
Me
I
too.
gave COVID vaccines at the site in Hooksett and Nashua.
Moderate.
Here's a really good question. We're gonna edit these out. We'll only have like 15 minutes. All trashing.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So if by going door to door with Victoria Sullivan, well, I can't even. Why don't you finish that?
I don't know. I mean,
Well, I can't even say it because there's all these people. Oh, you're killing people if you don't do this, you don't do that, and I find that a bunch of hooey.
So
But,
I
think
they
being on the show
YouTube,
is
but-
killing my political chances.
Well,
No,
we're
man.
trying.
He has a
We're
huge
trying.
You know what? It's
following.
going to
Really?
give you a stronger support.
We're
Big
trying.
following. And
We're
it's-
trying all we
Wait a
can.
minute.
Norm has a bug on his
Make
shoulder.
an analogy. Are you the Joe Kelly Lavasser of progressive
Oh,
liberal political
Stop.
talk shows in Manchester?
You got it.
You think Joe Lavasser is progressive?
No. What I'm
Did
saying
you read
is
my last
no.
article about
No,
it?
no. What I'm saying is, I'm making an analogy.
Are you doing a strip tease?
Yeah.
Everything's
Fundraiser,
against
baby.
you today.
Joe has a big following among more conservative people, viewers in Manchester. What I'm saying is, do you have an equally big following among the
Joe
liberal progressive?
Lavasser, except
Who's
for
that?
Manston, was the most popular person on Manchester Public TV.
I think
How do
Gooden
they
beats
know?
him.
Who is?
Lavasser.
Who's that?
I don't know. But,
You know who JKL is, the rock star of the city.
You know,
He-
I
he
will give
loves his
Joe
fans.
Kelly Lavasser.
Yeah.
I will give him credit. He loves the city. I will say that.
I don't believe he
But
loves
that's
it at
all.
all.
But he's also very into
also
himself.
loves-
You have an axe to grind, though, Hopwood.
Of course
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
he has. You
I
can
don't
tell.
lie about that. I have many
He's mad he won't return his
hatchets,
calls.
knives.
Kind of like the guy in, what
What?
was that show, Friday the 13th? He's got an axe to grind.
Oh, that was a very. Can't you
Michael
use a better
Meyer.
movie?
Well, what's the better movie?
Well, we started out with The Shining.
That's true. He had an axe to grind.
There you had it. But here you is he fit now for office when we set him up with The Shining with Jack Nicholson with an axe?
Ross is classically handsome.
Thank you, Gonzo.
I think that he's being bi-curious again. You know,
No,
it
I can
occasionally
see.
happens.
I can see.
After we had the show with the trans people.
You know what's good about Ross? He's sticking to his guns, but he's sitting here taking our punches, and he's fighting back. With,
Well,
with,
we're gonna
with,
make him
with, with delicacy.
We're going to give him
Being
the shining light.
civil, being professional.
With kid
That's why,
gloves.
that's why we have to hit below the belt.
Yeah.
Right?
What was
We're
that
gonna be
about? How
Ross
many
and the
times-
Shining light in the next.
How many times did you cheat on your wife at Monopoly?
Well, you know what? No, you know what I find
You're asking
interesting?
insightful questions.
The worse the scandal is on the Democratic Party, the better a chance they had to win.
I don't know. I didn't even hear what you talked about.
Okay, the worse the scandal is, like somebody cheating on somebody and somebody doing that, somebody doing that. No, in the Democratic Party, the
Are
better
you saying
chance
that
they
Victoria
had to
Sullivan's
win.
cheating on the voters?
Never.
Never. You think she's faithful?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna send
So
her a
you-
friend request, and if she accepts it in 13 minutes, I'll vote for her.
That's bold.
You like
He's lying.
You know why?
again. He's lying
You know
again.
why one of the ways I figure out how to vote for somebody, if they have a bumper sticker, if somebody has a candidate's bumper sticker and they're a bad driver, I won't vote for that person.
Right.
That makes sense.
It does.
You know, I actually,
After having a
Ross,
heart
I
attack.
followed your advice when I texted you about what I didn't like about Victoria Sullivan
Chuck Norris, the
slamming.
bug's back. I'll
Remember?
take a
Oh, yes, yes. Well,
You know
yes.
what? I also text her as well. Victoria responds back to me when I text her.
Well, Victoria
And I
Sullivan
said, I
responds to
don't
everybody.
like the way that you're slamming. And really, you read it, and I said, you gotta, if you want to win, cut back on the slamming.
I agree. I told her.
And talk more about your plan.
If you want to win, wake up out of your dream.
If you're going to win, one thing about you never hear anything about Joyce retaliating, or I think she hides in a cellar too much.
Because
Maybe
she's
not hiding.
she's
She's
out
not
and
hiding.
about.
She's
She's
always-
classy. Wearing
Uh-oh,
that
you
shoulder
better watch
pad.
out.
You know, she wears a shoulder pad suit coat.
And
She's out and
I saw
about.
her. That was my chain. I saw her on picture on Facebook, and it looked like Joe Biden. I will not call him my president, but it looks like Joe Biden was getting another shot. If you look on Facebook and you look closely, it's not going in his arm.
Uh-oh. Can I cut that and associate that with you, Norm? I mean, what's his name again?
Can you put that hot picture of Victoria up again?
Well, it really wasn't one of her. Why don't we go with that meme again, Brendan?
Brendan, keep up the good work.
No,
we go.
the one with her in front of the building where she's all like, yeah, that's the one. Look at that.
Oh, run the whole thing again.
Clothes you wear,
Net
her
bed.
sexy ways.
Hey, did Glenn ever get back?
Yeah, he's back safe and sound. I was
For
happy to see him the other
younger
day.
days, yeah.
He made it back from Africa.
I just don't think she's
Some
going to
people,
get her dream of
there are
being
rumors-
queen of Manchester.
There's some rumors that Glenn pulled a page out of the U.S. government, and you know how some people don't think that
What does that mean?
Just
Pull
listen.
a page out of the U.S. government.
You
know,
He's talking gibberish.
lighten
now.
up, Francis.
A real politician.
Some people don't
Francis
believe
Hoover
that the
talking
U.S.,
about-
the United States, sent men to the moon and that it was just like a TV studio.
He doesn't believe that?
No. What I'm saying is, some
know.
people don't believe Glenn went to Africa and that it was just pictures off.
No, he went.
I believe he went, but some people don't.
I was totally, I was
Brent don't
totally
believe
in
it.
shock when he went. Because I never
I was
believed
Maybe he
shocked
just
too.
went up to
And I was
Montreal.
worried about
So
it.
he did a thing like they did in the moon landing in the studio, and Glenn was in
Maybe
the
there was
studio
a
the whole
couple.
time.
Maybe he went to Montreal like Steve Valancourt used to do. And there's just a couple of call boys.
But I will give
Been a
Glenn.
lot cheaper.
I never really, because Glenn had told so many stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn, I'm saying that to you. But he had told so many stories that we found them, questionable. But he actually went. I
Yeah,
truly believe
good
he-
for him.
And
I
I give
mean,
him credit for that.
And these are his sons.
Yep.
He's bringing them back to Manchester.
He's trying to.
Yeah.
But good for Glenn. He'd been talking about this for years. I didn't think he was ever going to do it, and he did it.
It's
But
kind
he's
of
a
an
doer,
inspiration
not
to
a
you
talker.
for the state senate seat.
Yeah.
My question is, who's going to, how are the taxpayers going to support them?
Support who?
The two boys that are coming here?
Is Glenn a Democrat?
Oh.
Does it bother you that all her pictures on Facebook of her door knocking, none of them have you in it?
That doesn't bother me.
Okay.
In,
They
in
don't have
fact,
me
I had a
either.
guy,
Never
oh,
that.
check this out, John and Gonzo and Norm. I had a guy blast me the other day. He's like, "I hope you lose." He gave me a piece
Was
of his
that me?
mind. No, it was in Ward 7. And I had to be civil. I said, "Well, thank you for being honest, but if I lose, it's okay. I mean, being an alderman's a lot of work. It's okay if I lose. I'll
Because
be
you
happy
are,
to win."
first of all, you are an alderman.
Yeah.
You do it. You've done it. And, you even know, like, the aldermen have most of the power, not the mayor.
But you got to get a majority together, yeah.
Right. So how is she going to stop two murders, though?
She could become a detective.
Yeah.
What?
I'm in favor of city managers.
I think that's just a cop-out to
I
blame
agree.
murders on Joyce
No.
Craig.
It should be.
I'm not
She should become a
blaming. What I'm
detective.
saying is don't
like
say-
Columbo. Wasn't in there?
Don't
Miss
mislead
Marple.
people. Say violent crime is down when there
But
are
it-
categories
but
of
it
violent
is.
crime that are up.
Overall, it is, though, correct?
If you pull them together, yeah.
Okay, so
And
that's
they
a W,
just-
so it's an honest statement, then.
Business
Yeah,
Week
but
just
it's
did the
somewhat
poll.
misleading enough.
Of course, everything is.
Manchester's like in the top 15
We're all
when it comes
misleading.
to housing and all that.
I want to know
That's
how
the
I ended up
choice.
on this panel.
Because you willed it.
How did I do that?
You decided it
remember the
before you were
spirit
when you were an
sexual
embryo.
I'm rising up in the ranks of
Now-
Manchester.
There you go.
He's
Are you guys?
established
You're
himself.
both
sitting
Manchester. You're
next to an
Manchester. You're still a
alderman.
Manchester resident, right?
Yeah.
Because I know Gary Hopper has a show,
Yeah.
and he has to have a Manchester resident on it because
Right.
he's from Gloucester.
Well, no, he doesn't have to have a Manchester. He has to have a Manchester producer.
So he wants me
He
here,
has a
okay?
golf club.
Don't ever do that. Don't downplay my appearances. He wants me here. You don't need me to be here, right?
I do. You double the ratings.
44
Well, when
views
his
now.
artwork, he did that.
I only get the Hobbit audience.
When the artwork that he does, I got to send you a, because I want you to definitely come back on again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
But
see
the
the,
artwork is incredible.
see the picture?
Oh,
of
yeah.
Norman?
He's working on a masterpiece right now.
Hey, watch your tone.
That's like the. That reminds me of the sailing of the Sistine Chapel.
Should Victoria Sullivan have
I get that a lot.
notified the Manchester School District before she went to the Hallsville School and had a press conference that forced the Tykes to
Well, I was
inside?
surprised by that because I've seen publicity shots of the schools with students, and so I know that the media has pictures, still photos and video of students. So I don't know why they had to bring the kids in because they couldn't be on camera.
Well, it's that federal law that
Yeah, they have
Rich
to have permission for
Gerard
that. Yeah.
allegedly
No,
violated.
that's,
The one
you're
about
talking about
privacy.
FERPA.
Has the governor...
That's their personal information, not their pictures.
No, that's
the United States
personal.
Supreme Court says that you have no expectation of privacy in a public place.
Yeah, but these are Tykes. And Rich Gerard on the show, when he made all those
Rich Gerard,
charges against Victoria Sullivan about the campaign finance and that, said that she's not fit to be mayor, he said that he said no politician can go to a school and be photographed. See, he knew that, but he says, but Joyce Craig's been photographed. I guess
Yeah.
mayors can, because you used to see.
And that does that make any sense to you?
You used to see Gats, yeah, because they're the functionary.
No.
Gatsis used to go pose
If
with kids.
the reasoning was that you couldn't have students
Are you
on
calling
camera,
Rich Gerard a liar?
Yep.
I'm saying he's wrong.
Well, he does lie a lot.
If
He
the
called Victoria
reason,
Sullivan a liar. about whether they're going to endorse each other.
and
Hey, we only got a
outliers
few
to
minutes.
I know, leave Russ alone here. He's sweating over here.
Well, I'm
Glitter
gonna
on
go
his
with the
face.
This guy here is going to win.
Norm is going.
Yes.
Ross is going to be on Norm's show for 2 whole hours right
Ooh,
after
and
that.
And Brian, wait a minute.
Are you going to buy us a beer
I
after?
thought we were
Yes.
going to margaritas.
Yeah, afterwards, after Norm's
6
show, we are
o'clock.
going to
Thanks
margaritas.
for coming
Yes,
on.
and I will buy you beer. But
Victoria
we got
Sullivan.
6 minutes. Wait a minute. You don't like Rich Gerard. Whenever he says something, you completely disregard it. And now that
I
he's
think
against
we should
Victoria,
cut to
it's like the
ending.
gospel.
Amy's
I think we
playing
should cut to the
producer right
ending.
now.
Yeah, he's. You've just taken a hit to your credibility.
Well,
I have a focus
do you
group,
have,
and
like-
your credibility
You have
is
1
huge
minute.
shit.
You have 1 minute
Yes.
to talk to
There
the
you go.
audience
All
and
right.
tell them anything.
I-
And hopefully it would be about
Don't-
yourself.
Don't interrupt him, though.
Don't
Be yourself.
hold my appearance and Jon Hopwood against me. I don't have
Look
bad.
at the camera.
My name is Ross Terrio, Alderman for Ward 7. I've worked hard for my constituents. I hope I've earned your vote, and I hope I've earned re-election. And I'm not afraid to go on Jon Hopwood's show, and that should show me. And John keeps on pointing randomly.
No, you're supposed to.
Can I do
you're supposed to
Mary
like
Heath?
look.
No, I've always been told
I
not to
know.
look directly at the mirror.
Oh, you don't
at the
look
camera.
directly at the camera.
Yeah, my
And
brother
you
was an
pitch
extra
to
in the
people.
movies, and they hated it when he looked
I've
directly
been
at the
to-
camera.
Yeah, but that's an extra.
We do Mary Heath.
Hey, can we go? No, you can't be Mary Heath.
I wanna
you'll
be
have
Mary
do your-
Heath.
You'll have to do your trans thing some other time.
I'm Mary Heath, and I'm
Okay,
not
let's
against
go
Mary
to
Heath
the
is a nice
ending.
person. Mary Heath is a nice
Ending.
person.
Ending.
Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Some things in life are bad, they can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. This'll help things turn out for the best. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. So always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a counterfeit, and when you look at it, life's a laugh and death's the joke, it's true. You see, it's all a show, keep them laughing as you go. Just remember the